Strike. One more map. One more team in our semis. One more team keeps their dreams of the Fragadelphia crown alive. And of course, to start things off, we got a dang knife round. It's blades in the streets, John. The blood runs in the gutter. And Team 1 get the choice aside. Was that sufficient hype for a knife round, John?
It was perfect. I think it's the most I've ever heard, definitely. Unless I was accidentally getting hyped about it.
Hello, everybody. Hello. Hello. And into the fun.
Alrighty. Almost into the fun, Mike. They're just chilling
Almost
out.
into the fun.
A
little bit of a warm-up.
A tech issue.
While we do
Just
have
kidding.
time on this warm-up, I should let everybody know that you
Yes.
can head on over and get yourself a Mavic chair like these beautiful chairs we're sitting in, and all the gamers are sitting in on stage. You can get along with the Elimax, which allows you to control temperature. You can get a massage, get 50% off the Elimax. Now in purchase of the new gaming chair, I recommend the M4. I'm pretty sure that's the model that we got out here. You get a discount with code NERD at checkout. So go on, get yourself a nice shiny Mavic gaming chair, and maybe one day you too can be sitting here playing for a spot in the Fragadelphia 17 semifinals. Playing towards connector early on here. Aggression into the playground, though, from the Team 1 side. And this is somewhat interesting here. A lot of information gained. Paces all the way through already. And so while they are going to come up connector, do you think Stan's going to expect this spot? He will. He will find it, certainly at the very least. And now pressure is on towards the site. Maluk needs to deliver, but he's such a pistol god. He's got the first. He's looking for more, tapping away like a surgeon with that USP. But this surgeon, well, he might need a new profession.
Look, I have to say, over the last 3 months, both these teams 3-1 here on Overpass. And, I mean, the edge, though, for me is in favor of EG. This was their home turf, Mike, and we still got a battle going on here on the A site. A retake attempted by EG, and Chop is going to deny another player a step forward. Only Malbs left now. Malbs looking for a fight. He finds it, but he's just eating all the bullets and eventually will fall by the wayside, down the stairs, and out of this round.
And if you're wondering, the HUD is in fact wrong. No, EG won that round. We're going to need to get a little flippy doodle up in that HUD-a-roo.
It got me crossed up.
It is EG to take that first pistol round. They are up 1-0 on their T side, and that helps to propel them forward here because Dust 2 was such a disappointing affair. They got absolutely bludgeoned on it. To be fair, it was Team 1's map pick, but still, you got to shake that off quickly, and winning a pistol round helps get those doubts out of your minds to say, yeah, you know what, I can't click hits, I can't shoot back. No problem here. We're all good.
We're all good. We're fine. Feeling nice.
Good damage off of that utility. Dang, that's a good nade. Gonna be softened up for the scouts here. Maluk is hungry. His scope craves blood, John. His scope craves blood. Malbs Deeg will not be sated in this round, though.
No, it will not. Malbs going to go down here, and that's a quick 5v4 in favor of EG. Force by coming through for Team 1. As there's still a lot of time left on the clock here for EG to work with. And Pace has gained a lot of ground. This push could yield something on the Team 1 side, but look where Walco's positioned. He's waiting for exactly this to come through. The thing is, they ended up just redirecting back in towards water instead. And the timing.
Oh, they popped a shot. They know. He knows. He's got the information now. This is a bit of a problem here, John. Oh, he's going to go into clear. They're still going to test it. Thrown. It's kind of a weird standoff outside of the connector, John.
A little bit. Surprised that nothing has really happened off of this push. It just ended up back in water, and Evil Genius is regrouping for an A hit. 36 seconds left on the clock. EG do love to take their time on their T side of Overpass. And finally, the smokes will fly in. IDK trying to close the gap. He sneaks through the smoke. They might not expect him to be here. I think someone is watching. Wiz apparently aware of it. He's trying to hide. Is IDK. And eventually we'll get the frag onto Wiz. That's an upgrade, but he doesn't care about that right now. He just wants to stick to the Deagle and try to hit ahead. Pulls out the Galil now. They've spotted him out. Obviously know where he is. Post-plant situation. Possible for Team 1 as IDK tosses the smoke on forward. A lot of attention in his direction. The thing is, his teammates are all the way back towards long, Mike.
They are trying to come on into us, but it looks like this might just be a punt on the round. Yeah, they are withdrawing. They've got a little bit to hang on to here. They got a lot of armor as well. And you know, the winter's going to be cold, so you got to keep those vests, you got to keep those coats, you got to keep them available. Got to bundle up, folks. It's fall. Cold weather is fast approaching, which frankly, I'm here for. It was like in the 90s all summer long here in Philadelphia.
Fantastic.
disgusting.
Okay,
You've never been in Philadelphia for a summer. The humidity is unbearable.
I'll tell you right now, Mike, the humidity in Montreal is the same as Philadelphia.
I don't think so.
I think so.
I think you need to experience a mid-Atlantic summer before you make that claim.
All right, well.
Just letting you know, it's like a swamp down here.
All right, if you say so. But I'll tell you, everyone I know in Montreal says it's super humid. They hate it. I love the humidity in Montreal. I probably would love it in Philadelphia as well.
If you want humidity, I recommend D.C. That place literally used to be a swamp, and every summer you get reminded of it.
I don't know. I like being warm.
It's not just the warmth. It's like having your lungs hugged with a moist cloth at all times.
I have more powerful lungs, I guess.
I guess you've got powerful lungs. That's our takeaway here. John loves humidity. He is fundamentally broken as a person, at least his sense of temperature is. I think that's the only way to describe it. I think you're the first person I've ever met who enjoys humidity.
I know a couple people who love it as well.
Yeah. You, yourself, and you. Anyway, control taken towards long. Whatever you think of the temperature, tweet at, use hashtag FDXFrag17 to let us know whether you like humidity or whether you're a normal person.
Goodness gracious me.
Actually, there is a competition running on the Twitter right now. We were reading out some tweets earlier. Give us your best CS copy pasta and or Twitch chat spam. Tweet it at Frag using the hashtag FTXFrag17, using the hashtag wins for skins, and adding CS money, and you could win a handy-dandy set of gloves. They're nice gloves. We got some good spams. We got some good pastas. The one I want still, okay, IDK, wants to be typing right now. Here's a swing back in. This is a spicy round now. IDK, he's been a monster so far this entire series. He's been phenomenal this entire event, and it seems like he may be making his claim once more. A third kill found. IDK has unseated this round, has made it so very uncomfortable, and EG still need to recover and get this bomb on towards the site, but everyone's here now for the CT side. It's getting messy. It's getting mad, and one by one they will falter.
Not even a full investment coming through from Team 1. It was just the Galil saved over and a light pistol buy-up that yielded that round to Team 1, and of course, IDK coming out with the brunt of the frags. And now EG will have to reset themselves. Should still have enough money for a half buy here, but that should be the most that will come through. Team 1, they've got the upgrades, a couple of Galils picked up, an AK and A1S, and there is the big green in Maluk's hands. That will be a key piece here. Thought he was going to go for the quick peek, but instead he's lining up a flashbang for his teammate to do that towards Fountain. They see that no one is really there. Toss a nade on forward, and then we'll fall back. Everyone from EG is ready in Monster, and they have a couple of flashes to throw out here and try to push through this defense.
Damage on in. Wiz very wounded, but they're overwhelming the Barrels player. TRK somehow still alive. He will eventually meet the fate that would be expected, and this is so very messy.
Oh, man.
Okay. Rush with the kill into the back of sight. The health's not there, but they don't have the bomb plant either. Rush's position revealed. He is going to require so much more. He's already done so much work into this round with just attack. But they need 2 more kills. And with both CTs watching with that bomb dropped in full view, there is no escape. Maluk will make sure of that. A heavy effort in the partial buy, but EG cannot slip this one through the cracks.
Yeah, good flashbangs thrown, and in fact, it was a team flash that came through on the Toxic Barrels player there on Team 1 that really resulted in their death. So, you know, a little bit tough for Team 1. Maybe the utility coordination not exactly on point, but at the end of the day, Malbs saves things, comes through from heaven, and just shoots some bullets down to get a couple of players, and that'll be that for the round. All right, tied up 2-2, Mike. Maluk's going to toss a Molotov on forward as they're going to try to get that aggressive positioning again, and this time, Maluk might stick around with the AWP. No, they just wanted to get the utility thrown, and now he's going to fall back to safety on the A site and have a more passive hold. Maluk waiting at short A here. And no real movement on EG's side just yet.
No,
They're just
it's patient and methodical.
Very patient. It's always how they play.
It's the hallmark of what we've seen from this particular EG roster so far. They are stylistically, it feels very different from their counterparts over on EG White. They are a calm, very disciplined team. They don't like the aggression in the same way as their counterparts. Here's an exchange. Malm brings it back. The pressure still exerted on towards that B site. Where's the utility sit? There's something to work with here for the CT side, but it's not great per se. And as another smoke comes out, time is starting to get short here. But you know what's not short? Is long. And Wiz has control of that right now. They're grouping. They're going to join him. Okay, Wiz is going to be the path forward, but look at the timing for where Mobs has gone. No! Checked by Walco. Timing brutal there. And now pressure on towards the A site. He had just moved Maluk on off based on the positioning he'd gotten into, but Maluk is able to sneak into the truck. He needs his comrades. He needs reinforcement. And he will find nothing of the sort, but they may have overlooked his spot. Never mind, Wiz is wise to it. As makes sense. If you are a wizard, you do kind of need a heavy wisdom stat, perhaps. An IDK. Well, he might need the wisdom to know that this is a foregone conclusion, and he might need to save.
Is it, though? It's IDK.
Yeah. No, I'm still going to go with yes.
Okay.
My vote is on yes.
We'll see.
Their
IDK.
economy is distinctly rough. They have money on mobs, but they only have money on mobs. And it would be very nice to have this M4 to build around in the next round.
Yeah, no question. IDK just tucked himself in here. He's not going to move muscle. Definitely wants to save the M4, and that's exactly what will come to fruition. So, another round victory from EG. They find themselves a third. And Team 1 unable to get much momentum going off of that heroic round by IDK. Yes?
Just a complete non sequitur
Yes.
while we wait for the buy to come through here. When you build RPGs, John, what do you like to do? You a sword and board? You a barbarian? You like to go for a caster? You a little roguish? What's going on here?
When I play RPGs?
Yeah, just in general. I don't know if you've ever done any tabletopping stuff, but
I haven't really done any tabletop
but like
stuff.
games too.
I guess games, usually a caster.
Caster?
Yeah, usually. Yeah, I
That
like
makes
the
sense
spells.
to me.
Yeah.
This adds another piece into the John human profile that I have built. I actually have just a dossier at home. I'm like just a really discount version of the tech giants who build an algorithm of your life. Just me with a manila folder, like, yeah, this makes sense.
Just another page added.
Let me give him ads for cabinets off of this, or whatever it is.
Oh my god. EG, slow and steady, wins the race. Mike?
As they do. But here's the thing that actually does favor the slow and steady play in this one is there's not a lot of utility for Team 1. So if you can drag out any piece of CT util, that's going to be very dear to them. They are going to go through the monster tunnel, having not seen anything just yet. And here comes the play. They are making their move relatively quickly by their standards. Oh, but that may be a blunder. The bomb is down, and the bodies are starting to follow. There's still one towards barrels as well. They expect that position, but they haven't been able to unseat it. Now IDK is in towards the action. A 4v2. Bit disastrous here. And Chop isn't even close at hand. He was hoping to control the rotations, but instead, he might need to do all the work himself. It's Wiz and it's Chop, and they're backing away from this. Chop taking some space toward the top of connector, and this would be all well and good if they had the bomb, but John, they don't.
No, they do not. And we get a chance to stare into Wiz's cold, dead eyes, the sniper.
Calling it now, T-side save.
Oh yeah, I mean, it's unusual, but certainly with the AWP and the AK and all that utility, it's worth the save, Mike. I think they should hang on to these guns, and absolutely that will be happening.
Those are some beautiful baby blue
They
bleepers.
are, actually.
I mean, a little creepy and doll-like, but
It'd be nice if
very
they
blue.
blinked.
I don't know if it would. I think that would take them
Would it be
closer to the
creepier?
uncanny valley.
Okay.
I think it would be creepier if they blinked. Like, you know those dolls that blink?
Yes, I do.
It would
yes.
just look like that. They're
would-
horrifying.
Yep. Yeah.
No, that would be way
I take it
creepier.
back. I take it back. Let's just stick with the no
Now,
blinking.
now imagine if nothing on the face moved, none of the facial features moved, but the eyes moved. That'd be
Oh.
horrifying. Scooby-Doo portrait style.
And they blinked.
And they blinked. Just really slowly blinked. Ches would never be able to use that camera angle again.
No.
Because it would just scar the audience. I'm scarred thinking about it right now. It's going to take years of therapy to unseat that image. Mobs. About to be unseated right here, but no, he's got the gun out just in time. They're chasing. This HE could be potent. He's got Maluk on hand as well, and that AWP will rebuff them. The nade is potent as well. Look at the damage, the chunky damage. EG came a knockin'. But it was Team 1 who did the talking in the early round.
Yeah. Stanislaw down to 22. In that previous round, EG
Wiz saw Mobs get into this corner, John.
Okay.
He
That's
saw
some
it.
information at the very least.
He seen it. I don't know if he thinks he's still here, but you can tell they're really focused on dealing with Mob's spot. They're dealing with Mobs, and he still gets one. They know. They know he's there. And he still gets one. That's the mob's effect, John.
It absolutely is, and now Stanislaw, along with Chop and Wiz, are still going to truck their way forward towards the A site. Chop around the edge of the smoke, looking for the player that tossed that utility forward. Eventually, one right to his right will fade away. He's looking for a target. Smoke pops again. I mean, EG's doing a very good, Team 1's doing a very good job pacing their util and keeping EG at bay. Eventually, they have to go for the hit here. 34 seconds left. Chop, another smoke thrown.
The bomb's still so far back as well.
Yes.
The bomb is on Stan, who has no health. So if this HE gets pulled late, this is a catastrophe now. They're not even in. They don't have any util for it. They're going to attempt to save again. They're going to back away. They can't risk the rotation with this little time on the clock, so they are going to punt on this one. They are going to surrender on this round and allow Team 1 to slip into the lead. And the money, oh, the money, John. It is going to be strange.
Yeah, not often that you see 2 T-side saves in a row, Mike. But that did come through. I mean, obviously the AWP and the AK is better than they would have been able to buy even with the loss bonus. But yeah, they need to call a timeout and talk things over. Good job by Maluk in the early goings. And Mobs, even though his position is known, is still able to get one before he's traded out. I love the pacing of the utility on that A site too. One smoke thrown, then another one comes through, and EG can't really get anything done getting onto that site.
Drip feeding it.
Yep,
it's like a hamster bottle.
Precisely.
Those hamster bottles. Watching a hamster drink from a hamster bottle is adorable.
It is.
So just spin the little wheel. Makes a noise.
Has that little click to it, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, the little metal ball at the end of the straw.
Can be a little annoying at night when you're trying to sleep, though.
Yeah, you get used to it. At one point, I had 3 hamsters simultaneously.
Oh.
Because I got one hamster, and they neglected to tell me at the pet store that the hamster was pregnant. And suddenly, I had many more hamsters. And then I learned that hamsters, if they feel there aren't enough resources, will consume one of their young.
Oh.
Yeah, so then I had 1 fewer hamsters, still many baby hamsters. It was quite the experience for young Mike, I tell you, about learning about the circle of life. And Mobs is looking to give some lessons on over here, life lessons in the form of bullets. Only in part 2. And his gun is given up, so that's a little something to build upon. Oh, that's a little something to build upon in team with this op. Walko's gone looking. He does play the secondary for this team sometimes. He can be a bit quick on the scope, not often on the T side. But he's going to peer on in and see if he can't find a little something, little lesson of his own to impart onto the Team 1 side. Who's going to peek him? Who's going to give him the fight? He's craving it. He's hungry.
Yeah.
He wants the action, John. I mean, he is all about that action, boss.
The health is so low here, but Walco does find that action, Mike. Pace, Adela will go down. 3v3 numbers even, but again, HP extremely low for EG. They have to be very methodical on their take here. And they might even back off of B, but no, there's no way. 43 seconds left. They have to commit here. It's just a matter of when they decide to move in. Chop.
Tension on his face.
Yeah.
The chopper himself. See if he can chop this site down to size. They need to get this first entry. It's so very critical. Players in the water. If they're allowed to stay alive, and no chance of the bomb plant here. First engagement on. Shadow spotted. Chop should have the execution. Oh, the turn! The turn from IDK. TRK, rather. The other K. So brutal, and just in a flash, they are all gone. Team 1 eliminating EG. At the very least, the bomb plant did go in, but there was not a moment more available for the NA squad.
A little more health, and TRK would have gone down. A little more health on Team 1 side, I should say, because TRK survived with 6 HP. It just took a slight flick, 1 bullet, and that was it for the player firing in his direction. So, Team 1, 3 rounds in a row. 5 of the last 6 going their way, and EG have a lot to think about here going to this next buy-up. Going to be 3 AKs.
I just noticed there are people Beyblading.
Yes.
Right next to our casting desk.
That up mine
I apparently
here
haven't looked right.
Brought the Beyblades.
There's a circle of like 8 people crowded around a Beyblade arena.
I've never played. Have you?
No, it was after my time. We are old, John. Yes. Beyblades are for the youth. I think they're probably
cool,
even
though.
passé at this point. I don't know if they're still popular.
I think they might be a little passé, yeah.
Yeah, you would know. Do your youth's Beyblade?
Yes. Sorry?
Do your youth's Beyblade?
No, they do not.
No.
So.
It's old fogey stuff,
Oh,
so I
boy.
guess I'm beyond old fogey. And everybody is dead here. Team 1 have won every single engagement. The health bars are down, but at this point, maybe EG need to spin it to win it. Rip it. And I don't know any other Beyblade references. Because frankly, I think they do just about need a giant spinning death top to be able to take this round. This one is dire. Even with the health as it's been taken away, there's just too many crosshairs on the other side. And they just don't have the wherewithal for this. Where even is the bomb? Do they have control of that at the minimum? No. Where is it? Where has my bomb gone? It's down in playground.
It is in playground, yes. Doesn't
Riding
really
the
matter.
swings, John.
What's that?
You gotta watch out. People abandon things at the playground. Bombs, soda bottles,
I certainly
children.
hope not. Wow. 2 of those 3 things are very terrifying. So Rush is going to get the headshots, or 1 headshot, a singular headshot onto Mobs. And, I mean, that's probably all he's going to find out of this
10
round.
seconds, yeah, it's done.
There's nothing.
And once again, we're going to have a T-side save. EG will never get a normal economy. It's against the rules. Cold,
They have different
lifeless
colored eyes.
You imagine if they blinked, though. I think it's just in the shadow. I think that was actually the same eyes.
I'm not sure. They look
Come on, let's
brown.
go into the eyes.
Yeah, I want to
Chess
see
put us,
all
oh,
the
we're
eye
getting a
colors.
replay here.
There's
That might be a
actually
little more
variation.
important than the
Yeah, it
deathless
is, yes,
horror eyes of the player
absolutely.
models. Good round. Good round for Team 1.
Yeah.
Now back to the dead
Okay.
lifeless eyes. Yeah, no, it's all the same player model on Overpass.
Yeah, but the eye color is different.
It's just the shading.
Oh, it is.
Yeah, it's just the lighting.
I'm so disappointed. I was hoping there was variation of some kind.
No, they're creepy, horrible, replicated dolls. They're like the worst mannequins you've ever seen.
Oh, we're going to go to a Beyblade
We're getting the Beyblade cam.
Whoa, all
Beyblade
right,
cam
let's
in
go.
live. All right, rip it, spin it. Oh,
Oh,
we broke
no,
the
we
Beyblade
lost
cam.
it.
We literally
We
broke
broke
it.
the
They spin
camera.
too hard, and Rush has just taken his gun and broken Maluk's face, much like the Beyblade cam. This one's going to get risky, but Miles finds the spacing. That collects Rush. That collects the big heavy hitter in this round. His gun can be reclaimed, but they're trying to come in to eliminate Mobs, and Mobs is so very ready for this. Come on, give me the fight. Give me more. Yeah, that's right. Hit me. Try and hit me. Oh, they succeeded that time.
They did. And
Stan
an
did hit him.
upgrade to an op here for Stanislav. We got the Beyblade cam for a little bit, but unfortunately it seems to be having some issues. Either way.
Technical difficulties on our Beyblading.
Yes.
Check back in later. There's cheering coming from the Beyblade camp, so one of the tops beat the other top at spinning better.
It's, you know, when you break it down to the simplicity of it, it is in fact that. TRK.
Timing here for Stan. Timing here for Stan. Yeah, that's rough.
that's
That
over.
drops the bomb as well. Walco says, okay, let me try with the up. Ew, that was desperation. Might as well just no-scope through Monster. That's the likelihood of taking this round.
Yep.
30 seconds, a 1v3.
Another save?
And it is going to be another
Really?
T-side save. Ops are valuable, man.
They are. 4750, I mean, for sure.
It's more than you can get in your loss bonus.
And he has 2,000 available to him, so it's actually not too shabby.
I
He can
don't
still
know if
get
we're
the
going to want
intel.
face cam in this one. Yeah, this isn't done just yet. He's going down the ladder. He's going down the ladder. He's found a friend. He's found a friend. 7 seconds, and he will not die after time at the very least.
Disappointment on his face, too. Shaking his head.
Sorrow.
Sorrow indeed. Very
It's
sad.
it's looking a little rough for EG. It's been a long time since they got an around win. 5 in a row against them.
Yeah, and I mean, as I mentioned before, this is their playground. They love to be on Overpass. It did get a little bit rough for them for a brief moment when they decided to really expand their map pool. They stopped playing Overpass as much, and they went back into it, and it was a little bit more of a losses in a row than you would expect. But as of late, they've been very good here, so it's surprising to see them down by 4 rounds and quite a few in a row given away to Team 1. 4 AKs and the AWP. On the EG side now, though, and Maluk, look at the position he's holding here in the tunnels. He's already trying to scope in with the AWP. Very aggressive on his part, but now he smokes it off, and he diverts his attention in towards Monster.
Trying to collect some ankles, specifically Walco's ankles. Some valuable ankles.
Very.
You know how much the ankles of a Walco fetch on the black market?
I do not.
I don't
Enlighten
either.
me.
I don't think they've ever been sold. They're a one-of-one set, and hopefully he gets to keep them.
Yes, please.
Oh. Footsteps making their way in. They are trying to pressure in towards Connector, but the AWP is no longer at home. So Connector at least under control here. Stan does have the bomb, and he wants the first engagement here. Mob's going looking. There is that bomb, but Stan
damage.
limps away from the engagement. Still, somehow there's an advantage, even when EG are winning the encounter we're watching. They're losing elsewhere on the map. It has been dire for them. And now Stan, it's not long for this world. IDK is waiting to see if he can get more. Timing is brutal there, but the health's just not available for Stanislaw. The bomb now dropped further past the dice box. The reinforcements are here, and it's all over.
It truly is wild, right? Like, we saw the engagement finally go EG's way.
And two players down.
And 2 players are down, and the advantage to Team 1. It's just nothing
That's
they
why they
can
can't
do.
have nice things, John.
Yeah. But, I mean, Team 1 are really getting in their faces. They're making things so difficult for them. You saw Maluk pushed all the way down in connector into lower, trying to get an opening frag with the op. When he doesn't get it, he smokes it off and rotates around. Meanwhile, Malbs is pushing up. He gets that frag traded out. But like we said, I mean, across the map, there was another frag that came through. And, I mean, EG have already lost his half. How much worse can it get? Mike, you're
Still
really
fascinated by
enthralled
the
with this
Beyblade
thing.
Oh,
nice hit.
Pressure on in the pistol rounds.
Oh, no.
Maybe getting something. TRK's got 1, but Walco has the backstab. He's looking for 2, and he's got them as well. The Tech-9 flicking. Walco up close. A 2v3, a chance, an opportunity, a dream. Walco looking for some upgrades, and he's got them, but Mobs. Uh-oh. It's all about Mobs. They got to come back to get the bomb. And they've got to come right into Mobs' crosshair to do so. He spotted 1. He drops that bomb right back down. And Walco needs to do so much more. 2 kills, not nearly enough, and he will find nothing else to build upon.
Oh, what a shame. Not even a bomb plant out of that.
Not even a bomb plant, John.
I mean, they were right on site, and Walco had such an advantage on the flank. I guess he just took a little too long to activate, because once he gets those 2 frags, there's a much weaker EG attack available to him, and, well, no bomb plant to speak of. Team 1 round away from getting into double digits now. Alrighty.
The Beyblade crowd is gaining mass. It's gaining momentum.
It's getting bigger and bigger.
It's getting greater centrifugal force, which is also what causes tops to spin. Physics.
That's fantastic, Mike.
Hey, here's the swing in. Malbs, he's got 1. The trade is there, but the damage is brutal. Wiz limping into this one. Oh, and he will not be accompanied by a Stanislaw. Wiz trying to bring back this kill. Ooh, I don't think his barrel was spotted, so he's going to go chasing for Maluk, and he will find that. Important kill to find. It gives EG a possibility into this round, and they are running out of chances. There are just not too many left in this half, John. There's not too many left.
They finally thwarted off that aggression from Team 1, but they took a lot of damage as a result. You have Wiz down to only 13 HP. And TRK.
Here comes the hit.
They're looking the wrong way. Now TRK realizes it, Mike. The smoke is guys in their vision for the time being. The nade could be absolutely massive.
Bye-bye, Wiz.
Go down.
Bye-bye, Wiz.
Here it comes.
Goodbye, somebody. Wiz is out of there,
down.
but Walco finds the 2 kills they need, and it's going to fall to IDK in a clutch.
I love how that's synced.
IDK in the clutch, trying to come back into this. The bomb's being planted, and it's planted a little open. A smoke for cover, but IDK can take advantage of that to isolate the 1. He knows where the second's got to be. Here comes the swing, here comes the peak, but Chop catches him on a spray.
The Beyblade tournament synced with the 2 frags there from Walco. Really love that. But yeah, 4 rounds picked up by EG. Walco, a key piece. There's absolutely no question on that push. The second time that he's gone to B and found 2 frags, this time in a winning effort, Mike.
This time finally in a winning effort, but only 1 survived. So they will be reinvesting. That was the partial buy. To be fair, there's a chance here, a dream, a hope. But this one,
start of something, hopefully.
This one's going to hurt. Maluk finds the opener. He is overwhelmed. Mobs taking an advantage. Health lost, though. Health lost in a big way. Mobs might just be overwhelmed. He's sticking around. He's not got support very close at hand. IDK is here, but he's way back on towards the site, and he's quick to rotate back down. So now Mob's gone. IDK needs to commit, and he will do so out towards long. EG settling back in. They've gone pace here in the beginning of these rounds, right? They've tried to go for more early engagements, tried to get some of these fights, John. But once they have the fights, they tend to settle just a bit. This round, seems like they've got a B in their bonnet, and that B is actually taking them towards A. Oh, until that happens.
Yeah, IDK good for the frag on to Rush, throws a Molotov afterwards, but he backs off at the wrong time. Wiz was hoping exactly that would happen, makes it a 2v2, and Wiz looking for a follow-up. He wants that man advantage before they get onto the site, but I'd be very surprised if they get it. It's not a bad idea because the rotation has already come over here to the A site. The thing is, it's a very quick rotation back to be for the CTs.
And TRK's never really left. He
No.
thought about it. He thought about it. And then he quickly decided maybe that's not the call. And now Utility is going to confirm that he has the right inklings here. They got to be wary of this on the cross. They got to not trust it, and they do. Oh, the nade. The nade will find it and deny the plant.
Oh,
They're so low on time. 25 seconds. Last player behind the pillar. Got a swing, and the last bullet will do it, but it's enough. Double digits found for Team 1.
Wow, what a hold there by Team 1 into the 1v1. Again, the heroics attempted by Walco, but he is shut down on B. So, double digits found for Team 1. 10-4, looking for another 11-4 half, reminiscent perhaps of that first map that we saw. And in fact, all the first halves have been incredible for Team 1. 11-4 in the first map, 12-3 in the second map, and here, potentially, another 11-4. Even if they don't get to 11-10 on CT side, that's solid. TRK going to toss the Molotov in right outside of Monster. And they also had another one from Water, so Walco has to wait before he pushes up with his MAC-10. It's a bit of a mixed buy-up coming through from EG. The MAC-10, the Deagle, the 2 Galils, and the lone AK in Rush's hands. As Walco's getting ready to line up that smoke for heaven, Rush is thinking about peeking around. They have some flashbangs to use, and they absolutely must. Here they come. Rush pushes in. He's all the way to pillar. Great flash thrown by Stanislaw in support, and Rush is going to get himself a 2K right around that pillar, and the third into heaven. Rush has opened up this bomb site all by his lonesome, thanks to the flashes, of course, thrown by Stanislaw. Malbs and Maluk, the last two standing here, trying to retake this in the final round of the first half.
Creeping in is Malbs. The magic M's of this team, and that's the first one found. Rush with no idea that he was visible. He's exposed, he is caught, he is collected. EG have to hang on to this defense.
Oh, no.
And they're starting to lose some of the engagement, starting to lose the numbers, but Maluk, too many targets to find a fifth round at least for EG. The classic EG, just enough on the T side to keep them in it, just enough to make us believe. And now they've got something to build on as we will swap sides. The defense now, the role of EG.
That's a pretty typical half on Overpass, right? 10 round CT side, 5 for T. So, like you said, very much in it.
What's going on here?
EG side.
Why are the Beyblades making their way over to the
I don't know.
stage?
Something's happening. Something's happening. I don't know what's happening.
I don't know.
Okay. We'll see here.
We're apparently doing a Beyblade 1v1 for a CS skin afterwards.
Oh, can I compete?
That is what I've been told about. I don't know if we've got the wrists for it, John. I assume that's where the rip it motion comes from.
All right. I got pretty good wrists still in my old age.
Pretty good wrists still. That's a sentence.
Well, whatever.
You're right, I set it up. I was just thinking about that existing as a sentence, and this pistol round is going to need some good wrists for some good flicks here in a moment. Wiz has a really powerful spot. He's got the whole flank. His teammates all ready to balloon up the connector, and here comes the hit. TRK looking for them all, but does he realize there's a backstab here? No, he should be blindsided. That took a lot more bullets than perhaps it needed, but still the end result is a man advantage. The bomb will be down. It's a 4-on-5. And they're all coming from the flank, so it's not the flank, it's the new front. And here comes the play. An exchange so far, advantage still for EG. Pressuring on in. These pistols activated now. They need to make their stand. IDK pressed into the fight. He is eliminated. But Malbs and Maluk, a dangerous combination. They're being whittled away, all just Maluk. And he will be taken to the bank, and he'll be cashed out the round for EG.
Yep, the defusal comes through, and that will be that. EG, a very nice defense here on this pistol round. 4 players left standing. At least Team 1 managed to sneak through and, of course, find that bomb plant, though, as Mike analyzes the Beyblade launcher, having never touched one before.
I have actually. I did this once with
you?
my baby cousin. She got some for a Hanukkah, and I spun the tops. But this one is very complicated. It looks like a lightsaber
Probably
or something.
a competitive Beyblade launcher.
Or just one tied to the show or Animu or something going on here.
Yeah.
I don't really know what's happening here. It's very it looks like an N64 controller. You know, the ones that have the translucent plastic on them?
Oh, yeah. That's a throwback.
It's like a limited edition N64 controller. Here comes the play on in. Stanislaw is looking to be the controller of this round. And he's not weirdly shaped like an N64.
Hope not.
I hope. That would be very hard to contort your body into.
Yes.
Either way, EG have closed this gap to 3. The gun's not yet out for Team 1. This will be the round where we really get to see the rifles, but the geniuses are getting a nice start to their defense. Now, reminder, they did win the first 2 rounds off the pistol in the first half as well.
They did?
And then not so much for a while.
No, this is quite a wait until they had another round.
Can't repeat that here.
No. Famai
out in force. Famoose, a herd of famoose. Antlers waving in the air. Evil geniuses look to get at bay with this inferior rifle.
1:34 on the clock here. Team 1 have the 5 AKs. A little bit of utility. Not as much as they'd like, but they'll make it work here. Sorry. Just watching you keep play with this Beyblade launcher, and I'm tempted to try it out as well. Either way, TRK, he's tempted to spam through this smoke and doesn't really connect on much because no one is home on EG. They're giving up the space here from Fountain into mid. And Team 1 continue to poke and prod for first contact here, and there will be a player at Long Bathrooms. In fact, right outside of Long Bathrooms, near Cafe, in fact, as Wiz is that player. A1S in hand.
What do you think Wiz's coffee order is?
I don't drink coffee, so I don't even know what would be in order.
I don't either. I've set myself up very poorly for this bit. I'm a tea drinker.
Me too.
Wiz is probably an energy drink guy. That's my guess. IDK gets the opening kill here. Very nicely done. Wiz down for the count, but the answer is immediate from Walco, and now it is just the Famai. A hail of them, a storm of them, a rush perhaps, but this rush has been quieted. 20 seconds, plenty of time with which to plant this bomb, and it's just left to 2. Chop and Stanislaw. Stan even far away on this rotation. So Chop for now is the one who will try and probe for some space. Poke and prod and see if there might be a way back into this. They've got kits. They have smoke as well, so if it comes down to the defuse, that would be good. Oh, and the nade lights the way, but it's out by the fence. Goes Maluk. He's got none. He's got none. Looked like one for sure, but no, not indeed. And IDK taking care of time enough for the defuse. They've done it. Not a body dropped in turn. Evil geniuses drag that one back into possibility.
It's a 2v3, and the nade did indeed light the way. It was a mortar strike onto the Team 1 player, and then the 2v2 clinical by the evil geniuses. In fact, I think a bit of a whiff spray coming out from the player from Dumpster, and that's why EG are able to take that round. So EG up to 8. They're really pulling this one back. They've kept Team 1 off the board in the second half, and echoes of Mirage come to mind here. Chop gonna toss the nade on forward into Monster. They're already through the smoke from CP spawn to block off visibility, and Chop's just gonna spam through for good measure. Pesa in the meantime is taking damage elsewhere on the map. He's down to only 23 HP. Not sure what happened there. Probably a bunch of util. Mobs looking to get him from connector. He's having a peek towards bathrooms. Not a bad idea, because there are a couple of players in long bathrooms that he is not aware of.
Oh, it's actually the
Wiz, yeah.
Looking for this fight. The timing on it is good. Dink back the other way, but a shot to the crotch from the op will leave you limping. Bow-legged. And that's a big one to find from Malug. That's going to keep them very much on their toes over in the EG side, over in the EG camp. Wiz recognizes it. He's trying to retake this space, but he knows what a challenge it is, and he's pinched at this point, so he's got to fight one direction. It'll work out somehow, some way with just the pistol. And suddenly, what was looking incredibly dangerous has settled right down. The bomb plant will come in, but it's a 2v4. IDK is going to need to have one of his quintessential rounds if this is going to happen. Pesadelo is so very low, John.
Yeah.
1 bullet will do it. Maybe 2, if we're being greedy here. And the retake, it's on.
It's pretty slow, though.
Here comes the hit. Here comes the spray. IDK with 2, looking for more. He's got it. Here's the round. Here's the hero play. 3 letters in the name, 3 kills in the game.
What a play by IDK, Mike. The 3K comes through. Very little HP at his disposal, but he doesn't care. All he needs to do is hit the shots, and he absolutely delivers. He has been incredible throughout this BO3, and it looked like EG had full control, but one player slips in, finds the bomb plan, and IDK does most of the work until Pesa chimes in for the last one. Disappointment on the faces of EG. They know they had that one in the palm of their hands.
Fittingly, for his name, I don't know how you defend that one.
No.
Not when he's hitting like that, and he's had plays like this all tournament long. I will be honest, of this team, IDK was the player I perhaps had the most doubts about on this roster before this tournament.
Yes.
No longer.
Yes.
No longer. Walco trying a little bit of desperation, a flash push in. It's nearly successful, but not here, not now. Yeah, it turns out he's just a lanimal.
Absolutely.
We've been watching him online, and that's not where he thrives.
No, it's not the same at all, I'll tell you that. But hey, the biggest competitions happen on LAN, and if you can deliver there, well, you're gravy. Rush. Gonna be waiting patiently here in connector, yeah.
There's no way he should get more than one here. One would be good.
Mob should be able to. Oh no!
He will. He will. Mobs wasn't aware. I thought they were going to pinch in towards connector. Instead, they thought it was clear. A little bit of missed information. Thought they'd been tipped to this one. Instead, it's a rifle gained as he finds his one, but he is not traded upon. Team 1 shifting at an awkward time. They will come into B, though, and B is relatively soft. Chop has no more utility, and he has no friends close at hand.
That gun picked up helps so much in this round for EG, because now they have 3 rifles instead of 2, a 4v4 on their hands, and TRK is very low. Yes, reinforcements are here. 27 seconds left. Pressure's on for Team 1. They've already lost a body. Pesa gets the immediate trade. Back and forth action here. Desperation kicking in for Team 1, trying to plant the bomb. Pesa gets one. The trade is good again. They can't keep the bodies up. It's up to IDK. No heroics this time, Mike. EG are back on the board.
These have been the rounds that have haunted Team 1, the limited buys, the broken buys, the situations where a pistol upsets you. They were the only rounds they dropped on Dust, too. The problem is that hasn't been the case this time around.
Yes.
Though it does spell a bit of trouble. This was their chance to seize this game and not let go. Instead, they're up against it once more, and their lead is fast slipping. They have been caught slipping, John. And this time they're going to go fast in towards B to try and address for it, at least taking the space outside some construction. Pressure on Stanislaw with many guns in his face. And, well, there may be more. Uh-oh. All the dominoes are falling. This Jenga tower has come crumbling on down. And this bomb is going to be planted. No denying that. Walker wants the spam. Finds it. Looked like he was on. And wisely, they will now plant safe from that angle. You know, just keep a giant concrete pillar between us.
Great position for Maluk. He's got 2. He's got both. 1,
2. Maluk. He's got it. Pesa even came into Vulture the last, but there we go. Team 1 make up for the error in the last with an immediate course correction.
Absolutely. Perfect positioning from Maluk. Wasn't expected there. And yeah, that's the pistol round for Team 1 coming to strike right on back. And EG are relegated down to another 4 spot. It's going to be 4 pistols. The scout for Walco. But man, that stings after they come out with such a huge round victory. Team 1 snatch away any momentum they would have hoped to have gained from it. And now Team 1 are rocking right back into it with 3 AKs, 2 A1Ss picked up from that previous round. Tons of utility being thrown on over. The flash is blinding the 2 EG players, in fact 4 EG players that are pushing up in this position. Walco's got the scout, gets the kill onto Maluk. Okay, great opener here. They won't be able to recover that rifle, but still a man advantage for EG. And again, these are the types of rounds that Team 1 have struggled on against EG.
Pistols, scouts, the limited buys, they show a little bit more respect, oddly. Counting on their ability to win the engagements at range, but this can be where they get unsettled, and right now it's the stack that they're walking into. So many pistols around so many corners. And pressure on in a big way. The first one goes in, a 1-for-1 exchange here, and a double push out long. This could be the flank quickly. They need to get through the front. They need to get through. So many bodies have been lost elsewhere on the map, but they have got the space in towards the site. They're starting to get wary of the flank, but there's still time to be caught here on the periphery. You can see heads on a swivel. Pesadillo is so panicked. But a rifle's been picked up and chopped. Might be about to bring it to bear. Oh, don't wide swing around that corner. Don't wide swing around. TRK in for a world of hurt here. And he's down for the count. It's just on to Pesa. He's got the numbers punched in. He's got the bomb planted at least. But this is a round that, again, they needed to see through. These are the moments where the game gets away from you. Pesa is fighting forward, not staying stagnant. He's got the first. They got some positioning here, but he's so wary. They could be anywhere, and Chop will finish this one off. A two-piece in the round, and EG keep it just so very close.
Oh man, Chop the shark in the water, waiting for his moment to chomp down on the competition, and he does exactly that, not once but twice to cap off the round, and a 10th picked up by EG. It's been so very back and forth over the last 4, but Team 1 are clinging to their lead, now down to only 2 rounds.
I saw a shark in the water recently.
Did you?
Yeah, off the coast of, about 100 miles off the coast of New York Harbor, New Jersey area. Hammerhead was chilling. At least I think it was a hammerhead. It looked pretty hammerheadish. They're pretty distinctive.
Wow.
And they sort of chill along the surface of the water to sun themselves a bit, I think.
Okay.
So it was really interesting.
Don't go in that water, though. Don't go in that water, though.
No, we were sailing.
Okay, good.
Safe and comfortable.
That's
you
good.
are so much less likely to die of a shark attack than you are being crushed by a vending machine, so maybe we should put warning labels on those things instead.
I'm pretty sure there is
Wiz
one, but
says you are very likely to die of my A1S. Unfortunately, Walco did not heed the warning. Rifles, very dangerous, more than sharks, certainly in this country. We won't get into that here.
Let's not.
Keep it fun and lighthearted. And indeed, let's get the flank developing here from Wiz. Oh, he's creeping on in down. Pressure coming in towards the site. They are making their move through. The crossfire is set up, but one piece of it is dismantled. Rush holding the line. A wounded IDK, all that remains. A nade would finish him. A flashbang would finish him at this point. He's got no health, but he's got the headshots. He's not expecting construction player, but turned in the nick of time still. Not able to bring this through. That would have been a nigh impossibility. But the damage that he's done here, John, is massive. The economy from EG has not been able to build in the slightest.
Yeah, that damage is really critical from IDK. Gets a couple of frags and the bomb plant. So not only does he limit the economy of EG in that round, he helps build his team's economy, which could lead to a buy up here, and in fact it will. They are going to fully invest. It will probably be a couple of Galils, around 2, maybe 3 AKs. No, it's going to be 4 Galils, in fact, and only, sorry, 3 Galils and 2 AKs. I'm going to get it right eventually. It doesn't matter. 12 to 11.
Counting is hard.
In favor of Team 1. Yes, sometimes it is. But Evil Geniuses, they know how to count to 2, and that's how many rounds they need in a row in order to get the lead away from Team 1.
They also know how to count fast. You don't have to count if you just hit the site immediately. 1 kill in a second as well. The trades are even so far, but it's pressure on Stanislaw. Stanislaw needs to stay alive. The rotation is coming, but it takes precious seconds for it to go by. They're not watching for him. The trades are even once again. It's going to be a 2-on-2. Healthy players on the site, but the bomb needs to be planted. Smoke for cover. Flashbangs out. They don't realize they've still got quite a bit of distance before these CTs get in. And there's a minute 20 on the clock, so they can slow things down. The utility over from Graffiti might be the tip-off here. What's still available? There is another nade up, but they're not going to chuck it, not just yet. Comes in a bit. Damage onto Mauled. 20 HP lost there. Nothing catastrophic.
Yeah, just tickled.
Wiz and Walco are held at bay. They're looking for the W. They've got the W's in their name, but Wiz no longer has his skull. It's all into Walco now. A hero moment required, because otherwise this EG economy is completely crumbled, is shattered, is dashed down onto the dirt. So Walco will attempt this. He will crawl forward, dancing around the pillar, trying to find the first engagement. He's caught in a crossfire. There was no escape, and that's the punishment round for Team 1. They have finally cracked the economy from EG. It's been back and forth. It's been a tug of war over these last few, but now this is a dire situation for the CTs.
Yeah, not only that, the loss bonus is only at 1,900 in the next round. So because it's been so back and forth and getting into the latter stages of play here in this map, the CTs have a much tougher time recovering than the Ts. So let's see what they do here. They decide to force up Mike, in fact. So it's going to be 2 scouts, 2 5.7s in the Deagle. So EG not going to be on the eco. They want to try to deny round 14. This is going to be an interesting finish, to say the least, if they can't come out with something very spicy here. And already losing 3 players. What a transfer from Pesa. And Walco does get 1 back, but this is all Team 1. The bomb has been dropped. It's in his vision. That's the only advantage he has right now. But eventually they should be able to recover this. They do. They manage to jiggle around and grab it, and they'll be able to plant that in the smoke or behind the boxes, wherever they should choose.
And at this point, I mean, the scouts likely need to save.
Yes, they do.
You really can't justify going back in with scouts. That's all you're going to have in the next round. They don't even have armor here. They'll wait to see if they can't get some kills, but the kills just don't much matter. And that's one fewer scout to play with. Just going to be Wiz, the lone soldier mourning his squad as he creeps away. Slinks into the next round. Should he be allowed to? That's the real question. They're not going to hunt. There's really not much to hunt. I think they're okay with them having one scout in the next.
Yep.
But this is going to be 14 for Team 1. So assuming EG save here, they'll be playing for overtime. I see fear in that visor.
I do. I do too.
I see fear. I see concern. We have gone the distance here. We have gone to a third map. We have loud noises from the pit. Something big's just happened in the Big L tournament.
Yes, decidedly so.
But we're focused here on the main bracket, the main pool, and right now it's all silent on the stage, especially from that EG camp. Everyone in this server knows how important this round is. Because, let's be honest, Team 1 have lost some shocking rounds
Yes, they have.
against the Pistols.
This is anything but a sure thing, right? It's 4 USPs, though, and a scout. So if there's going to be a round where it feels more likely that Team 1 will be able to rebuff Evil Geniuses, probably this, but we never know. Look at this.
Okay.
Interesting decision here from EG.
Okay.
Okay.
We call this the Olaf did nothing wrong.
I think, well...
We don't have to litigate that one. Suffice it to say, the bomb is being planted now. And with deep control outside of connector as well, mobs might be in store for some extra money, some bonus capital here. They're actually going all the way through, so never mind. But presumably this is just going to set up for exits. The question is, do they even want to save Wiz's scout through to the next round? Probably, because they're not going to have an op. So I'd imagine they might want to keep the scout up.
Yeah, they won't have an op. You're right. I mean, they could get maybe a glass cannon, but I don't know.
Just playing for exits here. There is the tag. But I don't know if those Uspases are going to find much of anything. They are indeed. Maluk's gun
That's something.
stolen away.
Get it?
A treasure.
Okay.
A treasure. Walco has got a gun. The scout won't live, but the AK will. And that is a big find. No ops available. Glass cannon or no, the cash was just not there. But this will allow further utility in. This will allow the kit. This will allow a much better buy as the Evil Geniuses attempt to make their dreams of overtime a reality. But one round is all that Team 1 needs. Their name suddenly very, very literal.
Here they come. They've already gone into construction. That is Pesadillo. And Malbs has a chance to strike first here, but the smokes going to guys off EG, giving them enough time to back away. And Malbs doesn't realize it just yet. Eventually, he will be able to clear this out and confirm that no presence from EG is in this vicinity. They have completely backed off 3 players towards the A side. Now they're trying to explore long A just a tad. Into the cafe is Walco. Close by his side, Wiz. Just want to have first contact on long A and not give a Team 1 any space to push forward. But in the meantime, IDK goes down. That's the first frag from Chop, but he takes so much damage, Mike, in that engagement.
Where's the adjustment here? EG settling in. Just keeping these 2 players here, despite the wounded Chop on towards site. Utility is so very limited as well. Stan has nothing. Chop has nothing. They've got no nades to slow this down, John. If the take comes in from Team 1, there will be nothing to stop them.
No.
A door fake there by TRK, just to give an audio cue. It was meant to guys off this approach, but EG are starting to read it. They just might be too little too late. Good damage, though. Good kills as well. The body's starting to drop, but Chop holding on. He's done enough. He's done what he had to do, and while this bomb may yet be planted, it's far going to be a comfortable thing here in the post. There's a Molotov as well on Walco. Where is Walco? Not close at hand. A little bit too late into this.